Assalamualaikum to all of you. Okay, this is the last part of the place where now we are going to cover for the actual physical distribution. Okay, thank you to brother Muhammad Akif Danish bin Muhammad Marzuki. Okay, because your slide is so good and you have a lot of picture as well. Okay, now physical distribution. Okay, now I would like you to on your speaker and then listen to my explanation, because you can read this through the from the textbook. Okay, now what is a physical distribution? It is a movement of the product from point A to point B. Okay, it can be from the producer to the wholesaler, producer to the retailer. So it is a movement of the product. We call it channel of distribution. Many channels. It can be only one channel, it can be many channels. We have covered that. Okay, so it is the efficient of movement of product through channel of distribution. Okay, now types of physical distribution. Okay, now it is quite a lot: inventory management, order processing, warehousing, materials handling, and transportation. We are going to cover this one by one, but you listen to my example. Yeah, okay, the first one, inventory management. Okay, now inventory means that stock. Okay, this is how you manage your stock. Why? Because of course, to reduce the cost. Okay, to reduce the cost. Okay, now this is your stock. Inventory is a stock. If you go to the store, okay, for example, you go to Bata shop, and then you say, oh, I want the shoes size 6. They say, oh, sorry, it's finished already. What is that? When you say it is finished already, meaning that it is a stock out cost. Okay, stock out cost. Because why? Why it become a cost? Because it should be like sales that day. But just because that particular item is out of stock, so we call it stock out cost. Okay, remember that. Stock out. What about the holding cost? The holding cost is where you buy a lot of item, you hold it in the storeroom for a lot longer time. So in order, you need to wait for the customer to buy your product. Okay, so it is a cost to the store. Okay, it is cost to you. So now you need to manage between holding cost and stock out cost. You need to come in the middle. Okay, so inshallah in the main campus you're going to study this one course just to calculate when to order your product. Okay, next, order processing. Okay, now they put here, enter customer order, generate card order, validate materials, manufacture, ship. Okay, now order processing is easy. I believe that many of you have bought from Shopee and Lazada. Okay, first what you do is you survey the items, and then you want to order the items. They will ask you, okay, what is the items, what is the color, what is the size, how many do you want. Okay, now imagine you are in the Shopee. Okay, shopping. Okay, now when you order, they process your order. And number one, okay, your order, and then generate card order, and then validate material. Okay, meaning that they will give you the right material. And then of course, when you order from Shopee, they'll say, we already ordered from the customer. That one is after you pay, right? And then of course they ship to you. Okay, so that is the order processing. Remember, if you are so blurred, cannot remember, order processing is like when you order the items from Shopee. That's all. Okay, next is warehousing. Okay, warehousing is warehouse, is gudang. Okay, a lot of items. Ya Allah, you see there are a lot. Okay, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, 7 items to remember the warehousing activities. Okay, now, the easiest example is about your clothes at home. Can you imagine you have 5 siblings living in the house and you need to take care of their clothes. Okay, now, easy. Okay, first you wash the clothes, right? You wash the clothes. This one, receiving goods. The first one is where you hang the clothes first. You receive the clothes from the washing machine, and then you take the responsibility to hang them. Okay, now, after that, before you hang, you identify them. Okay, socks is the next area. Okay, white clothes is a next batch, and then the daily clothes is a next section, and then the, how to say it, the school uniform is the next section. Now you identify. After that, you sort the goods. Okay, after you take the clothes from what, from the hanger, and then you sort, you just put them in their section. Okay, and then, okay, now you sort them, and then you dispatch. Okay, wait, let me check first. Okay, after you sort the goods, now number 1, number 2, number 3. Now after after you fold them, you dispatch for the storage, meaning that you put your clothes in their position, and then you keep it. Okay, keep it, hold it, keep it, hold it, and then on Monday morning, when the school open, okay, Monday morning is very stressful day. Okay, so what they do is you will fight with each other. Which one is my socks? Which one is my shirt? Something like that. Now it is, you can start recalling, picking, and assembly goods, meaning that where, if let's say you do this activity nicely, okay, it'll be easy for you to recall the product, recall the clothes, pick the clothes, and assemble and dispatch for shipment, meaning that you can wear it and go to school. That's all. Okay, that's a warehousing activities. Is same as how you manage your clothes in a big family. Okay, and then how you can do it systematically. And remember, warehouse is very big. If you don't have a systematic measure, there will be like lost items, okay, in the warehouse. Now, warehouse option. There are 2 types of warehouse. Private warehouse is your own warehouse. Normally, like P&G, Pantene, or Nestle, they have their own warehouse. But public warehouse is where the warehouse offer their service to others, for others to rent their warehouse. For example, storage, now is quite popular. They offer a warehouse, 1 container to you, for you to just put your items there, your personal items, and then you rent that warehouse. Okay, so you cannot afford to have a private warehouse, but you rent with others. Okay, they have 2. Okay, private warehouse and public warehouse. Okay, now material handlings, meaning that when you order, you don't want the materials to be broken. The main objective of the materials handling is to reduce the breakage and spoilage, to reduce the item become defect, okay, become like useless. Okay, so you need to handle it properly. Okay, so you need, like you have a crane, you need to put in a box. Okay, why? Because to reduce the breakage and spoilage. If you don't do this, many of your items cannot be sold. And then, of course, transportation, the last one. Okay, now you are starting to ship the items to the customer. Okay, now the common carrier. It is a transportation firm whose services are available to all the shippers. The common carrier is like your Post Laju. Everybody can use their product, their service. Okay, and then the next one is contract carrier, meaning that you have a contract with certain company in order to deliver your products, but it is based on contract. It can be yearly contract, it can be monthly contract, it depends on the contract. And the last one is a private carrier. This is your own personal carrier. For example, if let's say Easy, Grab or Foodpanda, that is a private carrier. You cannot use their service. Only the Grab or Foodpanda can use their service. Okay, you just order from. Can you ask the Foodpanda people to deliver the product to you? No, you need to buy from them and they will deliver it to you. That is a private carrier. And then types of transportation. Okay, now in the types of transportation, you need to consider two things before you choose any types of transportation. The first one is time, the second one is cost. Okay, time and cost. Railroad, low cost, longer time. Low cost, longer time. Okay, trucks, it depends. Okay, it depends, but it can be a private carriers. Okay, like when you go to the highway, you will see like Shell or Petronas trucks, right? So that is not belong to Shell or Petronas. They belong to the carrier. Okay, now let's check airplanes. Fastest but most expensive. Time less, very efficient. Cost, oh my god, quite expensive. Normally, if you cannot wait, for example, need to have an organ transplant or flowers, okay, you want to buy flowers, tulip, the original from where, Holland. So normally you will use the airplanes. You cannot use the waterways. You cannot. Flower cannot. Flower will become the fertilizer and become the flower again if you use the waterway. Eh? Okay, now waterway is slowest but cheapest. Okay, for example, many of Malaysian go to Indonesia to buy a wood product like a furniture product. Is a bulky item. So what they do is they buy and then they transfer it through waterways. They need to wait like 1 to 3 months, but they don't mind because why? They don't need it rushly. They don't need it now, but because of the cost is very low. And the last one is pipelines. Okay, this is the pipelines. Normally it is for gas, natural gas. We have pipeline, if I'm not mistaken, we have Sepang, we have pipeline to Sepang, we have at Port Dickson, to transfer the gas. Okay, and that's all for the transportation, and that's the last chapter. No, that's the last lesson for this chapter. Okay, Assalamualaikum.